Okay,
We
wait a minute.
recommend.
Okay, go ahead.
We recommend coming out here. If the generator is running, you can push the off button. That'll shut it off. If the generator is not running, then you can just feel free to check it. But check the oil. If it runs for more than 3 to 4 days consecutively, it is air cooled. It does burn a little bit of oil. I did write down the oil that it takes right there, and it takes just under a full quart. So just be very cordial. If you add too much, there's a drain tube. Other than that, you guys shouldn't have to really worry about anything in here until the maintenances. Your first maintenance is in 6 months.
Okay.
After that, it's once yearly. The first one being 6 months, there's break-in oil in the unit, and that has to come out, and then the normal oil can go in. They do more than just change your oil. They check your valves, air filter, change your spark plugs, check the battery. There's a small car battery underneath the side panel that has a constant 12-volt charge from the transfer switch. So that should last about 3 to 4 years. And they will test your coils in the transfer switch and also run a test as well.
Okay.
You guys don't need to be home for the maintenance, being that the panel is outside and everything like that, if you're out of town or anything like that.
So if it runs for what, more than 3 days?
Yeah, more than 3 days, we recommend just checking the oil level. If it needs some, just add it to it. It doesn't need to be changed.
Do we need to turn it off? We gotta turn it off?
You can hit the off button if that makes you feel safer.
Okay.
But if it's off and not running just like it is right now, you can just feel free to pop that little cap down there and open that up right here. And then that'll be where you add it to as well if it needs some. You guys did get the cold weather kit, so that's your oil warmer right there.
Okay.
And then you have the AGM red top battery, which you can't really see it if you look down there. You guys got the better of the batteries as well.
Okay.
So this is yours to keep. This has any other information if you guys have any questions. There are 2 sets of keys. They are all the same. There's one lock flap here and then one on the other side.
Okay.
What that does is locks this lid closed and the whole unit shut. If you guys want to lock it because it's out in the open, it's understandable. We recommend leaving it unlocked in the winter time because those locks can freeze up. If they freeze up, we gotta drill them and we gotta charge you to replace them. All right. So maybe silly, but they do recommend us, or do require us, to have a ball valve on either end of our gas line. Just being in case of emergency or anything were to happen, you'll be able to shut it off on either side. So if you come over here, this is your status light. You always want to see green.
Okay.
This will correlate with the app as well. And
the app is in here, how to...
Yep, there's an orange paper right there. That'll show you. It's
connect it.
Mobile link for generators. And then you go to sign in or sign up. You'll use Dale's email, have it send a verification code, put that code in, and then it'll tell you to create a password. Then the next screen will be verifying his name and phone number, and then the following screen will be verifying your guys' address, and then the generator will automatically pop up because I already connected it for you.
Okay.
But this is always your fail-safe if you guys feel the app isn't working.
Okay.
This is always where you want to check. It will flash green when the generator is running and pushing power back, or you're on generator power. It will flash green, otherwise it'll remain solid. If you ever see yellow or an amber color, it means minor maintenance or service soon. The generator will still run, but it'll need attention. Oil could be getting low, battery could be getting low. If there's a red light, like now, generator won't run at all. What I did was hit this auxiliary shutdown switch, and if you're ever back here gardening and that gets bumped, that will put the generator in the off position. So you want to make sure it's always in the up position. And then come in here, the screen will tell you auxiliary arm shutdown. The next one will say error code 2800, and then it tells you push off and then enter to clear alarm. Off, enter, back to auto. And then it'll give you a green light again.
Okay. Enter.
If it ever gets put into, or a red light at all, and you give the office a call, they should have a list of rundown preliminary questions to ask you. They'll kind of help solve the problem before we get sent out.
Okay.
So other than that, what I'm gonna do right now is hit this switch in here. It's gonna trick the generator to think you lost utility power.
Okay.
So all your lights are gonna go off inside. The generator's gonna start in 5 seconds. It'll get up to running speed. Within about 45 seconds to a minute, you're gonna hear a decently loud smack, and that's it transferring power. That's when all your lights will be back on inside.
Okay.
Once I turn power back on, it'll read steady voltage for about 30 seconds to a minute, transfer back, and then this will run about a 10 to 15 minute cooldown process without a load on it, depending on how long it's running for.
Okay.
Today it'll only run for a minute or two after we transfer it back. But that's gonna start up.
Okay, that clip. It always varies, but it's usually a minute or two after it transfers Okay.
back. We do the quick ones.
And you recommend like 3 feet before I put anything there if I
Yeah.
want to disguise it?
I would definitely do 3 foot. The exhaust side, I'd probably go about 4. So I mean, you have something starting like right in here.
Mhm.
You should be more than fine, and especially because the rocks are going to direct a lot of the exhaust away.
Mhm.
It does have fins, so it is aiming it straight down and not
Gotcha.
directly out. But I would keep a little bit of a distance. Say if you went like somewhere, like that, maybe
Mhm.
that would be more than fine for it.
Yeah.
It shouldn't kill it.
Probably line it up with the
And
stump.
then if you put anything in the front, just keep us 3 foot for working clearance.
Yeah, there
and,
won't be anything there.
We should be all set.
All right.
I got all of my pictures already. We can go inside and I can grab a check from you and a signature, and we'll be